like we spent a number of years, which was a good amount of years, but having conversations about topics that weren't necessarily really interesting to me. You know, I feel like celebrity gossip rules the world, but it didn't really necessarily rule our hearts. Now, love topics, relationships, sex, that interests me. So welcome to On the Contrary.
Yeah.
All right.
So when we gonna tell me that we decided with that? I'm proud.
Yeah, you see, clap for you, brother.
Yes.
Good job. One shot,
My
one
hands are
kill.
brick, but thank you, Ra. I love it.
I feel like we all liked it. Right?
Yeah.
Like we all loved it.
We resonated with it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
You know what's funny? The
I
day
feel-
before, or maybe 2 days before, Tish was at the house, and I said, "Hey, Tish," or I called, or she was on the phone, whatever. I said, "Hey, Tish, do you know what name you coming up with yourself? I thought you wanted us to come up for names for us individually." She was like, "Louis, what are you talking about?" She's talking about a name for the podcast. I said,
I want to be called.
then I started brainstorming. I'm like,
Well, what we really need to know was what that list looked like of the names that you came up with for yourself.
oh, it was crazy. Lou Dimes, Lou the professional. Like, I had a few good ones.
That's hilarious.
But when she told me it was the podcast, I said, on the contrary, especially based on what you said
Yeah.
and what you were looking for.
Sometimes we got to have conversations, make sure everybody's comfortable, even if we're disagreeing, that we can find, like you said, compromise, common ground. And that's where it's going to live. I have every bit of faith. I'm speaking it out.
That's right. And I think it's
no
good too
matter
as men
what,
and women, because men are like more like level-headed, to be honest.
They logical.
Most definitely. Damn.
Y'all are logical.
Yes.
We are extremely.
Women operate too much off
We're
of
in our
emotions.
emotions.
Very important.
Not me.
But can I be honest?
Not me,
not
but
me.
you know, regular women, you know.
Right. Gotta be realistic.
But you know,
It's not really
emotion,
often
I don't
you hear that.
necessarily,
Very not.
once you are aware, like emotion ain't necessarily bad. Like pain sometimes tells you something ain't right. You know what I mean? So it's really just when you feel that emotion, do you stop and ask yourself, what is this telling me? Like we have to learn how to apply logic
Yeah, you gotta be
to
logically,
our
emotionally
emotions.
tied, yeah.
Just like y'all got to learn how sometimes to tap into that heart space.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
sure
hard.
we'll get into
We'll
plenty
get
of
into
that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my name is Louis, and
You can call me Louis.
Not the code switch.
And you can call me
And you
Louis.
can- and my name is.
I mean,
my name is
I
Louis.
am who I
Welcome
am.
to.
I just give you my name. My name is Louis. You know, I like to have a good time. I like to connect with people. Just communicating, learning from everyone. I learned a lot from Mr. Organic before you guys showed up.
Yes, sir.
You know, why women are late. That should be the next topic.
Most definitely.
But yeah, I'm a
So
father
we can
of 3.
look great.
I'm sorry?
So we can look great.
Amazing. And you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. That was a good
And so do we.
switch.
You see my waves? Hold on.
Okay,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
was on
spin 'em.
time.
I'm on,
Respect.
I'm on Rod's camera.
And you was on time. And your
Exactly.
shit is spinning.
I was here.
Well, my name is Kasha. To a lot of people, I'm your sexologist bestie. I'm really passionate just about putting perspectives out there, hearing people out, but sharing what I know I have. And I've got a wild-ass personality. I'm from Harlem, can't shake that. You know, that part is always a part of me. But I'm really big on helping people kind of figure out and giving permission for people to show the fuck out however they feel that they need to. And if you don't have an idea, you feel free to tap into this energy and you'll get some, you know, some good ideas. But I'm looking forward to get into the real raw of discussions because I am one of those people who y'all might have to like throw some signals every now and again and be like, cool it down, Cash. But I got a lot in this mind and a lot of experiences to share. So, and no bars to be held.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Organic. the
Hi,
one and
Mr.
only.
Organic.
Hello. Entrepreneur,
I feel like you need
influencer.
that soundtrack.
I do though. Give it to me. I
Ready,
prefer like
Organic.
you know like when that superhero.
Hi,
da-da-da-da.
Mr. Organic.
Hello, ladies. Look at the hand. Look at the hand gesture. Hello, ladies. Gotta warm it up. Gotta warm it up.
What's up, my brother?
Gotta warm it up. That's up, my dog. Yeah, Mr. Organic, just a your local just superhero, entrepreneur, influencer. Just a person that did everything from being top level in the streets to being a top level athlete to being a top level consumer of just knowledge and information and giving it back. Raised myself basically from 7th grade to now outside, you know what I mean, and making the transition from being in the streets and athletics to finding a niche in YouTube and the new thing of social media and becoming a millionaire from it to impose my will. Yes. The world is mine. I feast on everything. I like it all. Shape, sizes. I'm one of them. So like, but I have to bless the world with that because everybody don't get this deluxe package. You hear me? So I don't want to deprive the
Can I
women of
cut
this.
you off for one
Yes,
second?
please.
Cash, do you want to fuck Mr. Organic?
I would fuck him.
Damn, ain't
But
that
do
a
you
blessing?
want to?
I gotta see what we got a little bit more to learn. But in the meantime, in between time, let
This
me
ain't
say
no
this. Let me
restroom.
say this. I'm not phased by sex,
Right.
right? I'm not at a shortage of it, right? Because
Yep.
I'm one of, might got a lot of hip and ass and titties to carry, but there's so much more to it. But because I've had so many experiences, which I'll share over time or whatever the case is, the initial attraction is just gonna catch my eye. But you gotta fuck my mind.
Got to.
So I couldn't determine that until I had an opportunity to hear a person speak enough. And
I just
now
want you to
I'm
know your
like,
body language and your eyes have shown me since
I
Zoom
do that
you
all the
wanted to bust
time.
it open for him. And I'm
Dog.
just being
no, Ron, that's
you
not
know,
even just
I'm
him.
just-
That's why I said y'all gonna have to check me every now and
I'm
again.
just saying.
Cause I be a sexual bitch. Y'all be talking about something. I be sitting there thinking,
Oh yeah, that's how it
you
goes.
might, I'll be like, he's a married man. Look, see, the only one on set that I could look at.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
about to have Toya pulling up over here.
Look,
Look,
look.
keep your eyes, because he with me right now.
He on the right
and
side
I
of the
can't blame for shit else.
I can't even smell right now.
Yeah, keep it straight. Keep it
Let me
straight.
be real. I'm an equal
On camera.
opportunist.
Oh, shit.
So Rod, don't look at me for too long either. Cause
Oh, shit, everybody can get it. Everybody can get it.
It's time for
I'm
the
part-time. Look, I'm part-time gay. So I
Part-time.
clock in, I do some gay shit,
Jump out.
clock out, and if I like you, I might do a little overtime. We might take a vacation in it.
So next, we're going to jump into our quick fire opening question. How quick is it possible for you to fall in love?
For me, I only been in love like I think one time, but I was still a savage all through it. So I feel some type of way about it. But I do feel like I lost the love of my life by doing that. But it made me such a legendary monster because once I knew I messed that up, I'm in the gym every day going crazy. Like she see me, she gonna see like, damn, I fucked up. I want to go get some more money. When she see me, I'm rich and I'm in shape. Ooh, she gonna regret this shit. So it made me so ferocious by the pain I went through. I'm talking about tears. Now I was like, damn.
Channeling it to
Yeah,
someone.
she fucked me up, but that was my fault. I was fucking 100 bitches, taking her car. I was doing dumb nigga shit. It took me about 2 years to fully sit there and be like, damn, I do love this girl. You know? And, it took
How
me
long
about
has it been since you've seen her?
I see her all the time, actually. She done got married. But I told her ass, don't get married because I'm going to come back and get you on a millionaire. She fucked up. So I know you regret it, baby. Didn't I tell your ass not to get no damn kids and get married on me? Now you got it. You stuck in jack.
Not you
Why-
fucked 100 bitches
is it
and
not
said,
an
but don't go
option?
nowhere.
Yeah, for sure, because I still ain't got no kids or nothing.
Is it
Shit.
not an option for you to go get her?
Oh no. Once you have a kid like on me like that, I ain't taking care of nobody else's kid like that. I can't do it. Like,
So you could cheat on her 100 times, take
Yeah.
advantage of her,
most
and then when
definitely.
she moved on, you can't take care of the baggage that you would not baggage because not baggage.
Yeah.
You can't take care of her extension,
Now I didn't do no permanent damage. See, I ain't got no kids
but you
going
did
on.
do you
permanent
know
damage
that?
to her heart.
I did that, but I ain't got no kids
How
out
many
here.
children does she have?
She has 2.
And
Not
are they
you call
are they
kids
younger than
damage.
3 years old?
I think one of them is, yeah.
So that's not, you don't really love her then, right?
Nah, not no
Anymore.
more. When she
Not
had that kid, the
anymore.
love gone. I told her not to do that. God bless her.
You didn't
God
do your
bless
You're
her.
part.
using the word told so
No,
many times.
that's
Yeah.
not. You didn't do your part. Your
Yeah.
part was that you were supposed to take care of her while you had her. So
True.
if you told her, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to be with you, and you did her dirty multiple times,
Yeah.
your word now loses some value until you
Right.
can prove yourself otherwise.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why the deal breaker is them kids.
Yeah, because I
Unless
told
you
you not-
really was never really in love
I
with her.
was though, but I couldn't. I just felt like I wanted my family to be a family, a solid foundation. Because I'm not having no kids unless it come with the family. I'm not doing that. I still have no kids yet. 42, no kids out of wedlock. None of this shit.
So
I
does
find-
your no kids rule apply to her or in general?
Yeah, to any woman.
Ah.
Like to be real, I could lie. I'm gonna fuck bitches and lie. Like, oh, I take a kid. I'm lying. I'm not gonna accept you for real. We're not gonna be together. But we gonna lie. It's on tape. They all ain't gonna see this.
Damn, they got it in advance. You heard it here first.
Hey, don't spread this everywhere. This don't go viral. This don't go viral. But in reality, you want to keep it pure and organic. I'm not accepting no woman gonna be my woman. You got some kids already. We got some fun, live life. But I can't do that because I held my part down. I didn't have no kids. I can't accept nothing I didn't do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you a complete package. You can't get no better than this. You know what I'm saying? I got to work on sensitivity and reciprocation. Hey, that's little shit. You know what I'm saying? That's little shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
listen, I think everybody's entitled to have their,
Yeah.
the things that they will and won't accept when they're dating. I just do think it's a little double standard. When
Yeah.
you
That's how life works, though.
Yeah.
It's a double standard. The rules
100%.
for men and women are not the
Not
same.
at
Right.
all.
And as soon as women stop making the comparison, we'll get a little bit further.
facts.
Because it just don't work that way. It just is what it is. A man could have multiple women and he's celebrated. If a woman does it, she's a whore. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter how much we talk about how unfair it is. That's just what it is.
There are things that apply for us that don't apply for y'all. Y'all hate when we talk about what we expect from a man, and they're like, "Oh, what do you bring to the table?" You know that what do you bring to the table conversation is never ending.
Pussy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
And good pussy. Great.
Friend.
Have you singing? Look, have you singing the Frosted Flakes jingle? Having you, it's more than good. It's great.
Y'all are so
Ain't that fucked up, man? Ain't that fucked up? We gotta break everything. We gotta make sure we got everything in the world. They just come with a hot plate of pussy. That's all we get.
And it's powerful.
No, that's
I take it. No, I'm saying.
I'm complaining, but also I
God
want
damn it, give me
I
smoke.
just want to
Give
be
me.
clear that that's not what I'm saying. I bring to the table. It's just
Right,
an
right.
inside joke.
Right.
It's totally just an inside joke.
So you scarred her. You sent her out there hurt. She
But
found
she lowered
somebody
her.
who
She
loved
lowered
her.
her greatness. I elevated mine.
How
Like,
would you say? What makes you say she lowered it?
You got two scraggler kids running around with you. That ain't mine. So I gotta take that responsibility on.
What I guess I'm saying is she's currently, you know,
Is she happy?
No, she just asked me for money not too long ago. God bless you.
ooh,
I can take that at any time.
you
Of
just
course
started a
I
fight
can.
in somebody's household.
Oh damn, that's true.
talking about
Hey,
you?
God bless her.
knew it.
The real question is, did you give her the bread that she asked for?
Of course I didn't.
My Nick, wait, what?
Real
Why?
savage. I'm really one of them
You
to stay away
owe
from.
her.
She owe me.
You're bugging.
I am a bug. I'm a praying mantis.
You wrong. You wrong.
I hate that was funny.
Thank you. That was a good one.
So given that you just said that if a woman has children, she's not on your list, right?
Most
I'm kind of
definitely.
wondering for everybody here if we could kind of think about like what are some universal rules about dating that just all rules apply to everybody. Like, can we talk about that real quick?
Most definitely.
With that? Like for me personally, all eggs don't go in one basket until there's an agreed conversation between two people on mutual exclusivity. All eggs get spread out until that point. That's one of my rules. I don't know. Would y'all agree?
I agree with that. One of mine would be physical attraction. I mean, I've jumped around. You know, I've been around the block. I'm not too proud of everyone I've been with, but the one I would end up with, my wife, had to be attractive to me. At that point, that's where I was. Even though I wasn't the best man at the time,
Right.
you know, I just knew I had to be physically attracted to whomever I'm thinking about spending the rest of my life.
That's
I have
real.
to be able to look at
That's
you.
real.
Facts.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mother's
I think a lot of
beautiful
people
too, so I
try to
already know
act
that
like
she
that's
gonna
not a
look
thing.
fine
when
when
she
she
get
get
older.
Very serious.
Oh,
That's dope. Yeah, it's mandatory.
yeah.
Physical attraction is a lot to me.
I would
too.
agree.
Yeah.
Whatever that attraction
But it don't
is
have
for
to be.
you, but
Yeah,
you
you don't have
just
to be
need
the most bombshell in the world. Like you be physically just sexually attracted to, but you got to be solid. You know what I mean? Like overall, more of a face look. I'm saying eye, hair guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta be goddamn voluptuous like I like to have sexual intercourse with. But physically on a day to day, my girl, you just gotta be a good, solid, beautiful person. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
just
saying?
need to be able to wake up.
Yeah.
And when I turn over, I'm
Naturally,
still good with what
too,
I'm
like,
looking. Yeah,
no
when I look
makeup,
at,
just-
I'm still happy with.
you
I'm
know what
like,
I'm saying?
damn, that's me.
Yeah.
I
Right.
agree on that.
For me, is that you got to respect me, and you have to be okay with there being a joint role in leadership and navigating through the relationship. So men naturally are historically supposed to lead and the woman's supposed to follow. And I do think that that's appropriate in a lot of times, but we have to be able to kind of like ping pong that because sometimes guys may not make the best decisions. They might not be as sharp in certain areas, and their intentions could be in the right place. But sir, can you not drive us off this cliff because you're
Right.
trying to figure this shit out?
Yeah.
And I got this, just kind of like let me handle it. And you have to be okay and secure in your manhood
Right.
to say it's okay. So, respect, confidence, and being okay with
Yeah, I would
splitting
agree
up.
on that because
important.
I think what you said is so important on the fact that like it's also being smart enough to know who is probably the best mind in certain circumstances
Yes.
and who's best to handle it. It's not
Yes.
me being better than you, but this is my wheelbarrow.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
that's
team
your
effort.
wheelbarrow. But that submissive part, because I think a lot of people think we can't be submissive as black women. It's such a
Right.
big thing.
Boom.
But I'm not about to let you walk me into Alice's motherfucking Wonderland, and I'm down there trying to figure out
Facts.
where I'm at. Motherfuckers jumping out at me
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
this.
you don't want
Yeah.
that.
No, baby. But if I feel like I can trust in your leadership, then
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine in saying,
That's
okay,
how it's supposed to
this
be.
is-
I feel
yeah.
that too. Like I'm always gonna be in a dominant situation for the most part, but I need a strong woman.
I feel like a majority of men, not all, the majority of men that I meet that are uber successful, they run to the other race of
Oh, shit.
women that sometimes, one is their culture,
Yeah.
that they're taught to be submissive and to cater to their man at all times and not to really speak,
They roll
but
over
also
and
because
like-
they don't have much either.
Right.
I've not seen a man of power, of super success, go get another woman that is super successful and powerful and expect for her to just kind of like fall
Sit
in
there.
line.
Right.
It's always a bitch that needs something, and they kind of
Yeah.
get confused with, I need you, sir, with
Right.
I'm making a choice to
To be
be
with you.
quiet.
That's what I prefer. I prefer to making a choice, but it has to be like the respect is so important because no matter if I'm way up there and you right here, but I got respect for you, it's respect regardless.
Another rule for me, piggybacking off of your maturity statement, is God-fearing. And when I say God-fearing, I don't mean we're in church every Sunday or knocking on people's doors. What I mean is having faith.
Yeah.
How often do people break up because they lose faith
Yep.
in their relationship and what they were trying to build because something happens? Not because he's trying to drive him off a cliff, nothing like that, but just because you don't believe in one another anymore.
Right.
So having that faith from the beginning is super important. It's
Extremely.
super important.
That's exactly. You
That is
just
so
hit-
deep.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was
You
crazy.
just hit, that's what
That's
I was
real,
saying
though.
about the rabbit hole. Because I
Yeah.
mean, there are people who want you to follow them, but I don't trust your leadership. Like I need to feel like wherever you take me, I'm gonna be good.
Yeah, that's
And
very
But
But
if I
important.
think
faith.
that if
That comes
women
with faith,
use that
yeah.
same, if you use your judgment about who you're having sex with to determine whether you're okay with letting this man lead you, I feel like men would value us more because we would be more selective in who we have sex with. I feel like a lot of times women just be like, well, whatever, I'll do it.
Right.
But if you can't trust him to lead you, then why are you trusting him with your most valuable asset? And that's some deep shit. He
That's
gonna lead you where, and you're not gonna follow him. You don't respect
Yeah.
him enough to follow him. Why am I fucking you?
That's why you got to do your research.
With all that said, imagine not having it.
Right.
Yeah, I know we've been talking about faith and trust
here
and
come
all
the
of that.
pot.
I'm gonna stir the pot just a little bit because
Stir
I feel
that
like there's
motherfucker.
one that nobody said that I'm like,
Okay.
once you're at a certain place within dating a person, so not obviously straight out the gate, we gotta knock that sex thing off the list. Personally, for me, sexual compatibility is so important in the
Yeah.
long run, and sometimes you could meet a person who got everything,
Yeah.
and that one miss could trash the whole situation. That'll have you like, you go back to your girls, you like, yeah, like he's so smart and he's got this, and he's but that,
No, yeah, you got
like
to
that,
Yeah, you gotta
that
be
one.
able to knock
And
that
I'm not
out.
saying that he got to be mandingo for a
Yeah.
woman or whatever.
Yeah.
But you need to feel like there's an openness and that compatibility where
Yeah.
y'all gonna explore some things where it doesn't get boring. So
Yeah.
for me, I think one of those dating rules is once you've been dating a person for a certain amount of time, you gotta cross off some level of finding out that person is gonna be able to please you.
Yeah, for sure.
What are your thoughts on if a man allows you, being a dominant sexologist that you are, if a man allows you to penetrate him anally, but you as a woman, could you be with him? And what are your thoughts on that?
So here's my honesty.
Sexologist now.
I ain't gonna bullshit you, and this is me because I'm not gonna say this is all. Everybody feels the same way. Personally, any man that I have pegged, he has been a sub of mine.
And when you say pegged, could you explain what that term means?
Right. So what you just described of penetrating a man with a strap or anything like that, I've done it before.
You've worn a
Lord have
strap
mercy.
and,
Yes.
and had sex with a man.
Yes.
And what position was the man in?
There were a couple.
Okay. Tell me-
Sometimes it
about
depends
that.
on the environment. But okay, so on my on my side of life, I'm into the BDSM lifestyle and all that kind of stuff too. But I mean, bent over normally is
Like
the way.
in a doggy style
on a
position?
doggy position
Okay.
or
Yeah.
bent over like with their body on a ledge. But these
Okay.
are people who are submissive to me. They're not my partners. Because I'm
Right.
gonna be honest. My man, I'm fine with like fingers, toys, all that kind of stuff. But if I strap on and fuck you, my level of respect might change.
How do you find them?
So there are a lot of different places you can find them. So I'm in a lot of, because of my profession, I am in a lot of spaces where I can meet them in person. But there's sites online, FetLife, College Space, different types of things.
So
where
you go online and you like www. Find a white motherfucker to clean my bathroom.
no,
They
I
look
just
for her.
they looking for, they're seeking me out.
You
I
know them
don't.
freaky whites, they
I'ma
want to
tell
do
you-
everything.
Yeah,
They
so
looking,
they
they looking
seek
for
you out.
that.
They show up in my DM. Sometimes they whatever. They're like,
And
Goddess,
then
I
what
just want to
happens? Like
worship you.
paint the picture for us. We just want to be
So
there. Like tell us
typically,
what
if they
happens.
reach
She
out to
wanna be
me
there.
and they're telling me, yeah, I got you.
We just
if
listen.
they're
Yeah,
telling
I'm
me
on the side. I'm about the picture.
that they wish to serve me. A lot of men will follow me. They'll see me and they're like, "Oh my God, your presence is so strong, so dominant." They see my leadership, so they're drawn to that. They're drawn. They feel like they're they're small, they're little, they're not deserving, right? And they want to worship the ground. So they'll say that to you, like, I just want you to put a collar on me and walk me like a dog. And I'm like, and what about you deserves me even walking you, right? So I'm going to, usually there's a conversation where I'm vetting them to figure out if they worth my time. And
what determines if they're worth your time or not? The payment.
So the payment is a part of it, but can they adequately meet any need that I have in my life?
And what are some of your needs?
Service stuff. Like, I'm not washing my clothes. I'm not.
She said this motherfucker
Damn.
can do my laundry.
He
That's
can
crazy.
do that. Run my errands.
You gotta be really subservient. You can't be like halfway in, halfway out.
No.
Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Nigga,
know
everything.
what?
They gotta do. I'm being totally honest
I
with you
believe it.
guys. And anybody who knows
Clean
me
the
knows
bathroom.
Everything.
everything.
All right.
The kids' room.
Cash.
Put the toys up. All
Damn.
that.
Talk. You could talk to me straight, right?
Yeah.
The motherfuckers is washing the clothes,
The car.
right?
The
Washing
car.
your car, cleaning your bathroom. Would it be easier to get a housekeeper? Now I'm just asking.
Right, yeah.
I don't.
You gotta
I
step
gotta
his
be a
ass.
housekeeper.
Oh, but they're
They
paying you.
Ooh, that's a double win.
Okay.
Switch.
You to watch.
That's
Okay.
a double
And in
whammy.
exchange, so the thing is, my knowledge is vast. I've been in this industry for 11 years as a sexologist for the last 5, right? So they also do learn from me. Some of them are trying to figure out themselves. They don't know what they like, they don't like. So I am an expert who can guide them through that. Maybe they do want to have something in their ass for the first time, but they've never done it. I'm someone who they can feel safe enough exploring that with. But my thing is, my time is valuable, my most valuable currency. So you got to make it worth my time doing things that I don't have time for.
And are you dating as well consecutively while
Yep.
these things are happening? So you're also in the process of this going on a normal date also.
Yep.
Okay.
Guys who I'm dating, they know, they get introduced to my lifestyle, but they find it intriguing. And either there's going to be one reaction or the other. It's going to be like, oh, that's a lot to take in. Or until they realize, oh, that motherfucker can pick up your dry cleaning too.
Right. He can
Then
service
then
both
he's
of
like,
us.
shit, hold on. This might be a compelling. Yeah.
And
he-
we're saving money.
Yeah.
I saved a ton on my insurance by
He-
switching to Geico.
Yeah, and getting money too
I'm about to get
at
it.
the same time. Yeah.
I was with my kid's father for 13 years. I moved out of the house with my 2 daughters about 2 months ago. Me and my ex now live 45 minutes apart. He shows up uninvited and only lets me know when he's a few minutes away, as if, hey, he's just in the area. He also acts really weird, assuming I have company or would prevent him from seeing our kids. I left because I was tired of the arguments and us never being on the same page. I want to address this, but I don't want to get into another argument. I want him active in the kid's life, but I also want the respect of scheduling visits. What should I do? I'd like to hear Mr. Organic's advice about this.
First and foremost, this is why I don't mess with women with kids, and I don't have no kids. You know what I mean? Because it's too much control. It's too much in and outs. It's too much, you got to look out for. For me, she has to have that conversation with him and get some real understanding, because it could get real dangerous if she messing with somebody else. They're at the house. That's how numerous guys die. That's how numerous guys go to jail. So this is extremely dangerous if this guy's doing this purposeful, just popping up out of nowhere, and she's not with him.
I mean, I think out the gate, they already need to bring somebody else in, because if the relationship ended because they couldn't get on one accord, I don't have a lot of confidence that she's going to be able to get this person to be level-headed. It either needs to be somebody he respects, that he might actually listen to, who could, there's always that older dude or that somebody who's kind of like, listen, man, you moving a little crazy. But if not, she may have to establish this legally.
Yeah.
I think that wherever he's seeing his children, they may have to have a mutual place that the children are brought to, so he doesn't have access to feel the need to show up at her home at all. Because outside of those children, he's using them as the reason that he's popping up. But if we agree that we meet here and I bring the kids or whatever the case is, that becomes the handoff until you feel that, like you said, because it's a safety thing.
Yes.
There's no reason for you to be at my house. And I think that might be where she needs to go straight into, because it sounds like she's afraid to even, like she said, like, I don't want to have another argument.
Yeah.
That statement to me is an indication of fear.
She's obligated to protect her children by any means necessary. So that legal action, top of mind, make some arrangements where you feel like you may have to move, even though it's an uncomfortable change. You want to do whatever you have to do. Like you said, like we all said, we all hear these stories all the time. And it's because sometimes one party just doesn't take action fast enough, right? Imagine you did what you needed to do prior to any of this happening, even while you guys were in the relationship. She knew a long time ago. She maybe shouldn't have had kids with this guy.
Right.
They did. They try to make it work. We can all assume. But, yeah, she's legally obligated to protect her children and herself. That's her legacy.
Facts.
That's their legacy.
And me, too. Can't
and
forget about me.
Don't forget because you already done made
Protect
yourself
me.
the nigga in her
I
bed,
wanna be in
huh?
there. That's me.
I've been
Y'all
that
look
guy.
out for me.
I've been that
Yeah.
guy.
That shit dangerous for us,
you
man.
break up with somebody, you have a kid with them, and then you feel like, oh, I can't move on without this person.
Yeah, you got
right,
another
and it
human.
is rage that you
Yes.
feel. You are assuming all these stories are being, but that just goes to show where he's lacking in his life, which we're not going to discuss.
Did she put in there she's still fucking him? Well, that's very important.
No, she didn't say.
No,
See, come on now. He's still fucking that pussy now.
I would think he is. I would
Yeah,
think
he popping up like that. That motherfucker be good,
Because he
too.
got a lot of entitlement.
Yeah. That might
she
be.
needs to.
Well, girl, if you still fucking them, stop.
Stop it, damn
That's
it.
that's the
Whatever
first
your
step.
name is,
You risking a lot of lives out here.
we'll call her
Kids,
Miss
yeah.
Segment.
Straight up.
Miss
Miss
Segment
Segment.
on
Yeah,
the
she
Takeoff
needs some
episode.
help. It's on you, baby.
Yeah.
There's so many different components to this situation because one, like you guys just said, if she's still having sex with him, he still feels like she's still his. It's very new. It's only been 2 months. So is he contributing financially? Is he taking care of you?
Yeah.
Because also, who do you got in the house if he's paying the bills?
Mm-hmm.
I need more.
a
I'd like
lot.
to have her on as a
More
guest.
information.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be able to make
But
her.
when
Because
it
those
boils
are
down
valid.
to-
Those are valid questions
Yeah.
that could change the whole narrative.
You know, this is something I've been thinking about pretty often. Is
Okay.
the question lies is, are women over-sexualizing themselves on Instagram, or do men over-sexualize women on Instagram? Now, when women say, oh, I'm just posting, I just have a bathing suit on, it's just a bathing suit. Okay, but it triggers some type of reaction from the audience.
Of course.
Now, in a relationship, how do you expect your partner to react to that? You don't want your partner liking these images, but you are
Taking them.
right. And that shit, I'm not saying I'm going through that because I'm not, but things like that, when I have
Yeah.
conversations with my friends, they're married,
crazy.
I'm like, yeah, you have a fucking valid point right
Right.
there. How do we deal with that?
Yeah.
And what do women have in response to that?
Is it a problem to you? Just being transparent. Is it honestly a problem internally to you
No.
for your partner to be in a sexy
So my
bathing
partner
suit?
in particular, okay. When we first met, or since I've known her, for the length of time that I've known her, 13 years, she's always been that woman that took pictures. You know what I did when I first interacted with her on Facebook? I went
Jerked
to
off
her
to her.
Facebook, found her through a mutual friend, and I'm looking at her pictures. Pictures, bathing suits in Mexico, and doing this. So this is the expectation. So when I go into this relationship, right,
Yeah.
I may feel a little bit, because I don't want anyone to look at my wife like that,
Right.
the way I was looking at her. That's the guilty conscience I had, because that's what I was looking at when I was first trying to interact.
Right.
Oh, wow, look how sexy she is. Imagine how I can get into this and get into this. But knowing my wife, I know that her intention isn't that, and I'm okay with it.
If a woman doing that for her occupation, I'm with it. Hey, I'm with it. I'm with the getting the money. So if you out there in the thong, greased up booty, motherfucking got that motherfucker tooted up sideways, that's how I met you. We getting money together. Hey, well, let's do everything. But if you work at goddamn Applebee's, you know what I'm saying, and you got no ambition of goddamn being a model or got your own clothesline or nothing, you just out here, you know what I'm saying, tooting your ass up, sitting on the sink and all that.
Hashtag cake.
Come on. That ain't
cake.
going. Like,
To your point, because I am somebody who does it for profession,
Yep.
and I am heavily sexualized intentionally. I don't do nothing without purpose, but I get paid. So that is one element of it. But the other part of it is, first of all, for women who are doing it with no agenda, I'm not someone who promotes that.
Right.
So like me, I am somebody who's literally a sexologist. My corporate job is at a sex toy company, right? So you need to do it in a way that showcases a purpose, right? I shake my ass because I feel good, but I also say to people that, listen, 100 pounds ago, I didn't feel comfortable.
yeah,
And I work to feel like this in my skin. But to your point,
yeah.
I tell women all the time, baby, don't you lose your benefits fucking around on this internet.
Fucking
Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Don't lose your good man fucking around on this internet.
Oh,
No,
no.
but I will say to your point that I think a lot of women do it just because it's a fad. And if you ask them in truth, like, why did you post that picture? They really don't have no real reason other than to attract exactly what the fuck they end up
Yeah,
doing.
them instant gratification endorphins.
You
That's all
gotta
they
be,
want.
yeah, and sometimes it's an insecurity.
Most
So you're doing it to get a whole bunch of the people to tell you, damn, you look good.
Right.
Oh, yes, and this and that. Where you need to feel like that before the posts go up, and you need to not be doing it for the sake of that. But like how your wife is doing it, I'm tagging I'm wearing a bathing suit, but I'm
business.
tagging where I bought it, or this is. Because that can be lucrative. That can turn her into an influencer. That can render a check. If there's no purpose,
like you said.
then I
Do it
do.
with purpose. I like
yeah,
it.
do it with purpose. Have a reason.
Okay.
Goddamn.
All right. Great job. I love it.
Yeah, good job. On the contrary, baby. Super legendary.